All right.
Hey there, did you know that your county just released its newest solar permits to be issued in your area? That means you could save $200, $300 per month with solar by switching for no money down. That's right. It costs nothing up front.
Okay, just wanted to close that out. All right, so just trying to... Right. It's moving very slowly. Okay. Yeah, make sure I don't have any extra feedback. Okay, just want to close that out. All right, so just very slowly. All right, so hello, hi everyone. Just wanted to quickly introduce myself. My name is Chantel Black. I am a fall 2009 graduate from Florida A&M University, and I am also the chapter president for the New York chapter. So FAMU, National Alumni Association. I'm the chapter president for New York. And I also have someone else with me today, Mr. Shannon. I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone.
Yes, I'm Keith Shannon. I am with the National Alumni Association Recruiting Committee, and I also serve as the national chaplain for Florida A&M's National Alumni. I'm bi-coastal in Raleigh-Durham and in Los Angeles, and I work with organizations such as HBCU Unite and other organizations that try to help students connect with historically Black colleges and universities. So I'm elated to be with the students that have come into the session this evening to hear about Florida A&M. I take students on college tours and have done that for a number of years. So between myself and President Chantel Black, we should be able to answer your questions and let you know how to get to a Black college and particularly to Florida A&M University. Are there any, as we kick off, are there any specific questions in the chat already? I see that we do have a representative from HBCU Unite that is monitoring the chat. So we'll
Right,
see.
that's Andre. He just has it on for us to be on the Zoom, and he's bouncing from different school to school. So
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah, so I'm monitoring as well the questions that are coming up in the YouTube chat. So any questions they have, I can address it and bring it up to you, and then we can answer as best possible. Before you joined, I was showing the 4K aerial tour video, just showing everyone the oversight of the campus, a lot of the changes that have taken place. I think it was the rebuilding between the football stadium, the baseball stadium, housing. We've been tearing down some of the housing on campus and rebuilding it with new, modern buildings. So
yeah. So we have, of course, students may know that we sit on the highest of 7 hills in Tallahassee, Florida, the capital of Florida. And we are actually just, we've been neck and neck as being the largest public HBCU in America with North Carolina A&T. As of the enrollment this fall, we have overtaken them in undergraduate enrollment. And we have 14 colleges and schools. So almost any major that that a student can think of, we have it at Florida A&M University. Get my headphone. Do we have the ability to share our screen, Chantel?
Yes, you should be able to share it.
Oh, okay, I see it now. So were you able to show that that first video, the 2-minute video?
No, I just showed them the aerial, so you can show them the other video.
Okay, very good. Let me see if I can get them up also. Should be able to. Okay.
You could develop a technologically advanced machine help you crochet. You know, I think we should work on that. We could develop a prototype. I know plenty of engineers. That's not the issue.
Let's see if I can enlarge it.
Yeah, I see it.
Can you hear that?
I don't hear it, but I see it.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. Back up, but you saw it. Oh, here we go. Should be able to hear it now. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, very good. Let me start it over.
Yes, I
Can
hear
you
it.
hear that? Okay.
Yes.
Very good. Sure. So that was our Rattler Strike video. Can you hear me? Okay, now, Shanta.
I hear you. Yeah, I hear you fine. So after the video, because I see someone had asked a question, do we want to discuss more or just start taking questions as they come in?
Yeah, I think we could start taking questions.
Okay, because the first question was from Navia Evans, and she was asking if will students have to be vaccinated to come onto campus next year?
That's a moving target. The answer to that question is we don't know what will happen next year. I'm assuming the person is a senior looking to enroll
Right.
fall of 22.
Right.
But I would count on, yes, students will have to be fully vaccinated.
Right. And on the FAMU website, so FAMU has taken a very strong action towards COVID-19 precautions, as well as now as the vaccination's been rolling out, FAMU's campus has been used as a COVID-19 vaccination, both giving out testings last year, and since vaccinations have been pushed out, people from the community have been able to get vaccinated. In terms of the school policy, I'm on the website and it says, vaccination is strongly encouraged. FAMU's free vaccination site located on campus. You're able to go and get your shot and you'll get the vaccination card. And they also have self-screening daily using the COVID-19 self-checker on FAMU's mobile app. And there's temperature kiosk around campus. And there's also testing at Bragg Stadium, which is where our football team plays football. So, and face covering is required in classroom buildings and public places, including the libraries and lounge areas. So needless to say, FAMU is taking it very, very seriously. Class capacities will return to normal and events will resume. So there is in classroom instruction going on this school year, but precautions are in place in terms of mandatory vaccination in order to attend in classroom instruction. That has not been enforced at FAMU, but for a student like Nevaeh that's asking for next year, it's very hard to tell, and that's based not just on FAMU, but Florida State Governor guidance as well as President Biden's guidance.
And
so hopefully
CDC.
That answered her question and anyone else that students and parents that were interested in knowing FAMU's stance on COVID-19.
And every student, all students, faculty, everybody on campus must wear a mask while indoors right now. Yeah.
Right. So aside from that, does anyone else have any other questions? Thank you for that question. And hopefully I see a lot of people are from different areas on the chat: DC, North Carolina, Detroit, Philly, Cincinnati, California, your neck of the woods, Mr. Shannon, Florida, Connecticut, Chicago, Indianapolis, New Jersey, Georgia. So I don't see any New Yorkers yet, but hopefully some will be able to drop in shortly.
We'll have a, do you have that little link that we can give to the students in order, are we able to communicate with them and have them put their profile in there?
Can. I will pull up the link and put it in the chat, in the YouTube chat, because I have that on my phone.
Yeah, let's do that a couple of times. Meanwhile, while you're looking for that, I'll put up a flyer. Can you see that flyer?
I can see it.
The Discover You at FAMU, and hopefully the students can see it also. So this is information on undergraduate admission. and I'll go through this flyer. Okay. So of course our university website is famu.edu, famu.edu. That's where students can find out all the information they need about the university. Founded in 1887. I mentioned that FAMU is located in Tallahassee, Florida, which is the capital of Florida. And what distinguishes FAMU from other universities is its legacy and commitment to providing access to high quality, affordable education with programs and services that guide students towards successfully achieving their dreams. Florida A&M is recognized as a top university for helping upward social mobility for families, economically and socially. We have about 10,000 students enrolled at FAMU. We do have sites off campus that are facilities of FAMU, such as our law school. I know a lot of students are interested in someday going to law school. We do have a law school that's in Orlando, Florida. I'm imagining that most of our students and parents that may be on are here to talk about first time in college freshman requirements. And we are one of the universities that does still require an SAT and an ACT score for admissions. That is a application requirement. The other things needed for the application are your high school transcript, 2 letters of recommendation from teachers or counselors. There's an essay. It's a 500-word essay inside the application packet. And then international students whose native language is not English should submit test scores from the test of English as a foreign language. So those are the basic admission requirements. There probably is a alumni chapter somewhere near each of you. And if we get your profile information in the data card that President Black is putting in the chat, we get your contact information, we'll be able to contact you and put you in touch with a local alumni chapter and put you in touch with the admissions department on campus. Admissions requirements, 3.0 or higher, GPA coming out of high school, and that's on your academic basic core courses. That's sort of 4.0 scale. I'll be able to scroll down in a second and show you the core courses. And we do have minimum scores for the different subsections of the SAT and a minimum score on the ACT. And these requirements are steadily rising. We, like many universities, are looking for the best and brightest from our communities to enroll at FAMU. The current freshman class who came in 1 month ago has a average GPA of over 3.8, and we'll know this coming Friday exactly how many freshmen were enrolled, but it's somewhere near the 1,400 mark. We received over 11,000 applications from students this year, and about 1,400. We'll know those exact numbers in a couple of days with the first Friday count or last Friday count in September. but very high standards to get into Florida A&M. Here you see the section that talks about SAT. In the SAT test, the 3 areas that you need to be concerned about, and these are minimum requirements: 27 in the reading and writing, 26 in the math section, 27 in the language section. And then under the ACT, 22 in reading, 22 in math, and 19 in English. There is an application fee. We do not do on-the-spot admissions at FAMU. So there's no on-the-spot admissions here virtually either. You see the deadlines to apply. I spoke about the core courses, and this area here, if everyone can see it, that my cursor's on, talks about the core courses that a student needs coming out of high school. 4 credits or 4 years of English, 4 credits, 4 years of math, 3 credits, that's 3 years a minimum of science, 3 credits of social science, and that's where your government would be. And most of these requirements are requirements to graduate from many schools, many high schools in America. But there are some schools that do not require all these 18 core courses, but you must have these 18 core courses in order to complete your application to get in to Florida A&M. 2 years of language, foreign language, 2 credits outside of your core academic courses, and that is the academic unit requirements. This next slide shows our undergraduate degree programs. And I mentioned the different colleges and schools that we have, and I'll just go through those. The College of Agriculture and Food Sciences. Hold on a second here. Okay. College of Education. And as I scroll, you'll see the majors for those students who may be 9th through 11th grade or underclassmen. You may not know that in college, you have a major that you choose and a minor that you choose. Is there a question that I need to answer, President Chantel?
Yes, so I have a couple of questions that I'm also in the background trying to find out. So I'll circle back. The first one was from Ms. Evans.
Would you rather I stop? Should I stop the share and come back to it? Okay, keep it up.
You can keep it up. You can keep it up because it's still on the topic of admission. So the first questions were about GPA, which I believe we already established, and then scholarships that we can come back to. But in dual enrollment, does dual enrollment still apply as a freshman? So I have it up. I'm on the admission. I'm going to put it also in the text chat for everyone to go back to their admissions.famu.edu that explains some of that. But high school dual enrollment, students who receive their high school diploma and associate arts degree at the same time should still complete the freshman application and meet the first time in college criteria for the term in which you seek admissions. So you must apply to a specific FAMU college and major. For example, Nevaeh asking about it if she's interested in SBI for business or journalism. You apply for that school and you must meet that particular college and major prerequisite course and minimum GPA requirements. So hopefully, Nevaeh, you can confirm if that answered your question in regards to dual enrollment, because I know a lot of high schools across the country have those programs where they graduate with an associate's or at least some college credits. But since this is your first time actually in college in a university full-time, you would still be applying as a first-time student.
Right.
And then another question was about IEP for individual educational plan for students with disabilities. I'm not sure if you can elaborate.
We have an entire department that that ensures that students that come in with the IUP, can be supported. And so we do recognize the IUP that you may be bringing in, and that is well accepted and considered in your application process.
Okay, so that's good. We're yes and yes on both. We will correct me if I'm wrong, Azalise. We will get to your question when we get to sports, but we just wanted to cover. Anyone else have any other questions in regards to admissions? Someone was asking about scholarships. I don't know if you got to that part. Scholarships can be different because a lot of our students, especially in this chat, are not from Florida. And some of the scholarships program are geared towards local Florida students. But I did see one or two students from Florida in the chat. So you can still, if on this flyer, it discuss scholarships, we can talk about that.
Yeah, so we'll handle scholarships on another flyer.
Okay.
In a few minutes.
Okay.
Want to share that the admissions application portal is open for students that are intending, for those who may be seniors in high school now and intending to enroll at the university either in January or next summer term or next fall. That portal opened on June 15th, and you can go to famu.edu/admissions in order to get the application, the online application. The deadline for priority for next fall, priority admissions, the deadline is October 30th or November 1st to have your application in. That having your application completed, all parts of it in by November 1st, we'll open you up to the bulk of the scholarships that we do have. And I know that's one of the questions that we want to get to. But so October 30th, and that is for, we do accept applications after that time period, but oftentimes, students are looking for some scholarship money to supplement their education. So you want to get your application completed with all your letters of recommendation in by November 1st. If you have taken the SAT or your ACT and your score is not where you want it to be, or does not meet our requirements, still turn in the current score by October 30th and get your application complete. And then when you retake the test and you get a higher score in those areas, you can resubmit the higher score to take the place of the lower score that is attached to your application. But you want to have your application in on time by November 1st. The college majors, I was mentioning that for students who don't know, will at some point choose a major, which is the area that you're going to study the most. And then you would choose a minor. And each of these will add up to 120 semester credit hours that you will earn while you're in college in order to graduate. That those semester credit hours do not represent the fact that you're in class 120 hours, but those are the credits assigned to the courses that you will take. So usually for a minor, your minor is going to be 18 credit hours. And I was a political science, public management major, a military science minor, minored in Army ROTC and leadership. The College of Education, so you see in our College of Agriculture and Food Sciences, you see what those majors are. College of Education, you see on the screen the majors that we offer there. And then in the College of Engineering, our College of Engineering is a joint College of Engineering. So your college degree, if you graduate from the College of Engineering, will say the FAMU-FSU College of Engineering. Actually, you'll get two degrees, two diplomas with the same degree on it, with whichever area in engineering you specialized in. The College of Law I mentioned a little while ago is in Orlando, Florida, where you do get the Juris Doctorate degree. The College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. And let me say, many of your engineering programs are 5-year programs. Your traditional college programs are 4 years in length. Your College of Pharmacy, to be a PharmD, or we do offer the PhD in pharmacy also. But to get your PharmD, that's a traditional 6-year program. Then we have our College of Science and Technology. And you see what majors are offered there. Let's hear. Our College of Social Sciences, Arts and Humanities. You see those majors there. Your theater, your sociology, all the way up to African American Studies. Your School of Allied Health Sciences. You see the majors there.
And Mr. Shannon, people are also seeing the schools on the right, but then their eyes are looking towards the tuition costs on the left, right? So after that, you can discuss that. And then there was a follow-up. Before you talk about the tuition, you were talking about test scores. Candace Calloway was saying, I know you mentioned apply even if you don't meet the test scores at that time, but will your application be looked at unfavorable if you apply before you have the right test score?
So no, it won't. Your application, if you're raising your test scores, that's what we want to see. So if you and you may want to even put in your essay, why your test scores are as they are, and support yourself, and let it be known that you're raising your test scores. So yes, still apply. Again, we're looking for the best and brightest. For those that were listening, the current freshman class has over a 3.8 GPA. The class that came in 1 month ago. And I'll just finish mentioning the last couple of majors, and then we'll go over there to the cost for getting in. Your School of Allied Health and Sciences, School of Architecture and Engineering, Technology. You have four different specialties. School of Business and Industry, traditionally known as SBI, if you're talking to a Rattler. And then your School of the Environment, School of Journalism and Graphic Communication, and the School of Nursing. So those are your majors that you can major in at FAMU. Again, to the question of, should I get my application in? I would get your application on in, even if you are considering retesting and getting qualified through a retest. Your application will already be in, and then you just have to add your your scores that raised.
Right, and her follow-up was, are there any programs for students who aren't great at testing but meet all the other requirements?
No specific programs for admission. I could suggest a couple of things. One would be you may, want to begin to take some test prep courses, which are probably held in your community, either through the high school or through community organizations or through your church. Sometimes you can go out and find test prep courses. You should also go to, the SAT test site, and they will have practice tests for you to take to lead up to you doing well on the SAT and the ACT for that matter. But no programs to admit someone who does not qualify. We do have what they call a bridge program in the summer. So sometimes students are, as they were this summer, students are admitted into our bridge program. And if you do well in your 3 college classes in the summer, then you're conditionally admitted to the fall if you, for some reason, did not meet the admissions requirements. You could be selected for that summer session on campus.
Can you also expand your screen so that
Okay.
the flyer is shown covering the whole screen?
Okay. Let's see. Did that help a little bit? Not all the way. Let's see. Did that help some? A little bit.
I also put the link in.
Oh, yes.
In the text.
So they could, and maybe they could pull it up. Yes. And this is on the website also. Is it really small, or?
I mean, I can see it, but Ms. G was just asking, can it be expanded to see the tuition fees clearly? So.
Oh, okay. Let me see. See if I can do something else. I see the little zoom.
Let me see. I'll just try to go to.
Did that expand it any? Me just doing that?
I'm pulling it up on. I'm just gonna share my screen real quick so people can see it.
Okay. Should I stop sharing mine?
I think I'll be able to both.
Okay. What I did, I just expanded mine.
Okay. So can you all see? Okay, so.
Okay, I stopped sharing mine. So.
Okay, I'm sharing it, and then you should be able to see, because this has the 21-22.
Right, and I think
cost
the
of
one I had up,
attendance.
I think the one I had up had 2021.
Right. So if you can just explain, I guess, the difference between the tuition differential, and then the out of state, off campus, on campus, and with parents.
Yes. So in-state is a student that is a resident of the state of Florida, graduated from if you're first time in college student, graduated from a accredited public high school in the state of Florida. So that would be your in-state tuition. In college, you have tuition, and then you have room and board, and you have fees also. Your tuition is what pays for your classes that you take. And then you would have books and fees that are an additional amount. And then if you stay in the dormitory, you would have a meal plan for your food to eat in the dining facility. And so those would be also extra or be additional charges that you have to take for a student that is out of state. When it says in state with parents, that's if you're living at home. In state, off campus, some students do have an apartment or live with a friend or live with a relative in Tallahassee. So that's your in-state, off-campus tuition. Let's see now, if you're an out-of-state student, which means you graduated from a high school outside the state of Florida, this is where this section speaks of out-of-state, on campus, off campus, out of state with parents. So you may, a student may graduate, heard you say there might have been a couple of students from Texas in the portal. You might have graduated from a high school in Texas, but you're living with parents in Tallahassee. So you're not living on campus. If you're on campus, that is be the highest rate. If you're off campus in an apartment, be a slightly lower rate. And then if you're living with family or friends out of state, that'd be the lower rate there. The tuition differential is talking about I'm not sure what that amount is. Yeah. Not sure the difference in that amount, in that $1,000 amount. Graduate students, I don't know that we have any here on the line. Cost of attendance, I think that's the same chart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone's biggest concern is pretty much out of states.
Out of state.
My recommendation for people, especially coming from out of state, if the scholarships provided from FAMU are, catered towards the route for students graduating from Florida, it's definitely looking at different websites that have various scholarships, various organizations locally, nationally. Yeah, there's a lot of resources when it comes to different scholarships that are available. I know when I went to FAM, I used, as you can see, I'm in uniform. I used a military scholarship that went towards my tuition. So, and in terms of also just to answer with that, I didn't do ROTC, even though there's Army and Navy ROTC on campus, and there's Air Force that is joint between FAMU and Florida State. That's, and I think, and TCC off campus at Florida State. But also, if you were to join the Reserve and National Guard, that's how tuition is also paid. That was how I went through FAMU tuition, with my tuition paid. Although I'm from New York, born and raised, because I was a reserve soldier, I was able to apply as an in-state student. So I had in-state tuition costs, and then through tuition assistance through the Army, I was able to use that program in addition to my GI Bill to pay for my tuition. So not trying to recruit for, and Mr. Shannon, his daughter and son-in-law, they are actually products of the FAMU ROTC program. And they're also active duty military. So that is also a route. And in terms of payment for college as well as career after college, and you still get the experience of being a full-time FAMU student and in the military. Someone was asking about band scholarships. I feel like if you can.
Let me see. I was just pulling up a scholarship page. So
Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing.
So each one of the and I don't know if people can see if I put something in the chat.
I stopped sharing, so you can reshare your screen.
Okay. Well, no, I was gonna give particularly for the band scholarship, I was gonna give phone number, with the music contact. But we do have scholarships as President Black mentioned. We have scholarships almost in every major. And so we have a university scholarship program, and those scholarships are, just look at the amounts. Those scholarships run from $2,000 to $10,000 annually for the university scholarship programs. And they're held, in the university office, and we'll put some information in the chat for you about scholarships. And then each different department or each different college and school also has scholarship opportunities for you. School of Architecture, Engineering, they offer scholarships from $500 up to $5,000 annually. The College of Agriculture and Food Sciences offers scholarships from $1,000 to $16,000 annually. The School of Business and Industry offers scholarships from $500 to $7,000 annually. The National Alumni has scholarships, and they offer those from $250 to $2,000 annually. Let me see if I can send where I'm getting this information to you, Chantel. I don't know if you can pull it down. Your College of Engineering, for students that may want to major in engineering, offers scholarships from $1,000 to $4,000. And the scholarships in journalism and graphic communication vary. You have, someone was just asking about the band. Once you audition with your instrument, with the band department or the music department, and we also have a choral department. Once you audition with those, they can offer you scholarships also. Sergeant Black mentioned ROTC. She mentioned Navy. We do have Marine Corps along with the Navy. And as she mentioned, as a reserve soldier, we also you have the opportunity to join the National Guard, and help pay for your college education also. The School of Environment also has scholarships up to $5,000 annually. So there are a number of scholarship opportunities. And then what President Chantel mentioned in the beginning is that you should start looking at outside sources, look locally and nationally for scholarships. Locally, you may want to connect with your church or your house of worship. Oftentimes they will offer college scholarships, and no scholarship is too small. If you get, several small scholarships, that equals the large scholarship that you need to get to college. Your area organizations, community organizations do offer scholarships. You have your, what we call the Divine Nine. The fraternities and sororities in your local area oftentimes have scholarships that students can apply for. But you have to be very proactive with paying for college. Of course, colleges, I tell people that there's two ways to get to college. Either the college pays you to come or you pay them to go. And the colleges are paying for people that have the top-notch test scores, top-notch GPA, well-rounded student with their extracurricular activities in school. Do have our athletic department that offers a variety of scholarships in a number of different sporting events. So, I would just say, I know the HBCU Night works along with the Thurgood Marshall Scholarship Fund, and you can look them up, TMCF, and you can also look up the United Negro College Fund, UNCF, because both of those organizations are committed to helping students get to college and get through college. Let's see.
We had another question about, so I'm managing, just so everyone understands, I'm managing, trying to look up all the questions in the YouTube chat, as well as working with Mr. Shannon to answer the questions. So I'm seeing your questions. We're trying to get to them one by one. And that's why I'm also putting in the chat links to on the FAMU.edu website that also answers some of those questions, as well as taking you to the university website that has links to subsections in regards to your questions as well. Mm-hmm. So a follow-up was Ms. G asking about the bridge program that you were discussing earlier. Is that through TRIO programs, for example, Upward Bound?
You say, is it for TRIO programs?
No, is the bridge program through different TRIO programs, such as Upward Bound?
No, that program is through the admissions office. So if a student is, has been given a conditional admission based on their application, sometimes those students would be offered an opportunity to come and spend 6 weeks on campus, take 3 college courses, and earn 9 credit hours of college. And those courses would go towards your graduation requirements. And if you do very well on those during the summertime, then you would be fully admitted in the fall. And so yes, having been in the TRIO or the Upward Bound programs while a student is in high school are great sources to help you get fully qualified for college. And then we also have a number of initiatives with community college systems across America, particularly in Florida, but also across America. So if your test scores or your GPA does not meet the requirement as a first-time enrolled freshman coming right out of high school, if you go to your local community college and earn A's, for your first year, and even your second year, come in with an associate's degree, or come in with some college credit hours, then that will help your admissions packet also.
Okay. And the next question, I was also pulling up the link. Ms. Amina was waiting patiently, asking before about study abroad opportunities. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. And just in regards to COVID, how that has been affected. I know it was suspended last year due to COVID and a lot of countries, us not being able to travel over there. So if you have any updates on that.
I do not have any updates on travel, but no matter what your major is at Florida A&M, you will be encouraged to study abroad, be it in the summertime or on a break between classes. Some students have gone on what they call semester at sea, and they've taken semester at sea during the Christmas holidays. So you go and in semester at sea, you're joined with college students from across America, and you go on a cruise ship and dock at several ports. That's not a program hosted by FAMU, but you could get your college credit hours approved by going to semester at sea. And so you visit several countries in 3 or 4 weeks, and then you have class to write about your experience. So that's a way to get some elective credit hours and to travel. The study abroad is highly encouraged. In fact, we encourage students, if they don't already have it, to obtain your passport during your first year of college, so that when opportunities do come up for internships, which may also be abroad, and abroad is, for students who don't know, is going outside the continental United States for study or for work. So, you need that passport. So be considering applying for your passport at least while you're in your freshman year of college. Internships in the same manner. Some majors require an internship, which means that you leave the campus for a certain term during your undergraduate years, and you work somewhere in your field to gain experience and gain knowledge, and it makes you a more well-rounded student when you come back to campus.
Okay, and I saw another question. I also put in the chat for Amina and anyone else. The last link I just put was the study abroad. COVID-19 frequently asked questions about it. And it looks like right now it's still possibly suspended, especially as some countries are still shutting down the Delta variant. So I believe, especially like this summer, this semester is not going on, possibly next semester, but that's ever changing. And then the last link I just put was for Ebony asking about international students. I know people are coming in the chat at different times. So I had the admissions link there, but then I added the admissions.famu.edu/international that has the requirements for international students, as well as detailing any scholarships that are available. I know from experience, I was in the Caribbean Student Association. So there were students that were from the Caribbean islands that was recruited from their home country to come to FAM, and they participated, whether it was ROTC, whether it was one of the sports teams, things like that. So, and on the link, it shows the application deadlines of when to apply, as well as what would be required for them to submit and apply for it. So whatever test scores from your host country, as well as if you're a transfer student from your school, whatever college you're attending back home, and then to switch over to FAM.
And we do have an international office that
Yes.
Works along with our admissions and enrollment department and offices in
Right,
order
the
to
office.
Office of International Affairs.
Yeah, Office of International Education and Development. And they do say that there are scholarships available for study abroad students to go abroad and over, and then the Office of OIED will assist students in that.
Mhm.
So let me see if there was any, I think that was it. Does anyone else have, and hopefully you guys are like bookmarking some of the links that I'm sending so you can refer back to it. And then after this, there will be the video will be hung up online for a few weeks. So if you just joined now, you'll be able to see the whole video to backtrack to the beginning in case there was any questions that were asked and answered, or if you have any other questions that you may want. Someone was asking about a virtual tour,
Oh, okay.
and I don't know, I think I have the link to on the website.
Yeah, but certainly go to famu.edu as soon as you can to start looking at what Florida A&M has to offer.
I'm going
Ms.
to,
Chantel, I also put, I don't know if you've seen in the chat, I put the link to the prospect data card, which is the one that goes to FAMU. And then I also put the link.
if you can text it to me, because this chat that we're on is for Zoom. So they can't see that the Zoom chat, but if you send it to me, I could put it in the YouTube.
So I'm wondering if you can see it in the Zoom chat and pull it from there. Can you pull it from there? Or no?
I
Because
can't.
you're doing it on your phone.
Because I'm doing it on my phone. But I have been putting the Google form for prospect students in the chat. And I'll redo it again. And then I was about to share my screen to show the virtual tour of the campus. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now.
Yeah, and then we'll end it with, we'll show the 2-minute Rattler Strike video again. And then students who may come in that second hour can look at, this entire presentation.
So let me go ahead. And so this is on experience.famu.edu.
Welcome to Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, FAMU. Before we get started, let me explain the many ways you can explore our beautiful campus. You can click on the forward-facing arrow to start walking around. You can jump to the next stop by clicking the next button. Now, if you already know where you want to go, you can select any location by using the list or clicking directly on the map. Lastly, remember, you can explore any location in more detail by clicking the supplemental icons. Located on one of the highest hills in Tallahassee.
So I'm just gonna scroll through so you all can see.
The School of Allied Health Sciences, SOAHS, is one of 3 health professional schools at Florida Agricultural and Mechanical University, FAMU. The school was established in recognition of the need to provide access to quality education in a group of rapidly growing health professions. The school is divided into 5 divisions: cardiopulmonary science, health.
I'm just scrolling through so you see inside the different schools.
Jones Hall Laboratory, located just near the center of campus, is the main hub for the College of Science and Technology. There are several teaching laboratories that have been completely upgraded.
Transforming lives through the advancement of health and wellness is part of the mission of FAMU's College of Pharmacy and Pharmaceutical Sciences. The top-ranked college prides itself on preparing students for leadership roles as pharmacists, healthcare providers, practitioners, advocates, researchers, and lifelong learners. The award-winning program has been recognized as one of the nation's top 12 pharmacy programs for generating research funding. The pharmacy building is located near several other key health and science-related facilities, including the nationally recognized schools of allied health, nursing, and environment. Florida A&M University has a rich history that dates back more than 130 years. One of the most comprehensive collections of the university's history is located at the Meek Eaton Black Archives and Research Center. The center provides a variety of historical exhibits chronicling various eras of history. The archives serve as a primary research space for individuals of various ages, ethnicities, and interests. When it comes to arts and sciences, Tucker Hall has some amazing offerings. It's home to the university's College of Social Sciences, Arts, and Humanities, and is also a well-visited entertainment spot for one-of-a-kind productions held at the FAMU Essential Theater. The School of Journalism and Graphic Communication is the university's prime location for the next wave of media leaders, multimedia journalists, digital and graphic arts professionals. The school was the first accredited program of its kind among the nation's historically Black colleges and universities. The award-winning program is home to a state-of-the-art virtual studio, satellite and traditional radio stations, television station, newspaper, magazine, and much more. SJGC graduates have gone on to work as leaders for some of the top media organizations.